Hello, mature students. Today's topic is reading comprehension. It is a very important topic as you will have this in your final exam. So let's focus to learning outcomes. Students are able to understand the structure of a text, answer questions about a text, use new phrases in real context. What exactly is reading comprehension? Reading comprehension is the act of understanding what you are reading. It is an intentional, active, and interactive process that occurs before, during, and after a person reads. There are two elements that make up the process of reading comprehension. One, vocabulary knowledge, and two, text comprehension. In order to understand the text, the reader must be able to comprehend the vocabulary used in the piece of writing. Now let's focus to the text of our lesson. So every text is presented by a title, and the title for this lesson is New York Harbor School. And if you don't understand the title, we have the introduction of this text, and of course we have keywords here to exercise 1. So let's read the introduction first. So, right in the heart of New York's harbor, the gateway to one of the biggest and most modern cities in the world, is a small but vibrant school with huge plans for its students and a real mission for the environment. So here we have keywords, so public high school, curriculum, maritime culture, environmental conservation, marine science, navigate, greenhouse, laboratory, hands-on learning, critical thinking. So, having the title, having the keywords, and having the introduction of the text, we can predict it, and we can say that the text is about a public high school in New York that offers students a unique educational experience concerning marine science, maritime history, and environmental conservation. Now let's focus deeply into the text. So as you can see, the text is divided into some paragraphs, and each paragraph has some gaps that you must fill in. But for this, you must read the sentences from A to G that are presented in exercise 3. And as you can see, there are 6 empty places into the text, and here are 7 sentences. That means that one sentence you do not need to use, so it is extra sentence. You must focus to the general view of the text and focus to the new vocabulary. And for this, you must point out the new words and phrases that you do not know about this text. So, gateway, noun, the place you go through to get access to a certain area. Vibrant, adjective, exciting, active. Occupy, verb, to take up space in an area. Get a glimpse of phrase, to see a small part of something, to see something briefly. Former, adjective, previous. Expand, verb, to increase in size, number, amount, or importance. Fulfill, verb, achieve a goal. Oyster, noun, type of shellfish. Measure, verb, to use a device to discover the proportion, size, amount of something. Low income, adjective, having little money to live on. Resounding, adjective, great, impressive. Freshman, noun, a student in the first year at a high school or university, especially in USA. Navigate, verb, to find your way at a sea by using a map. Founder, noun, a person who established an institution or organization. Thrive, verb, to grow and develop well, to flourish. Stimulate, verb, to make somebody feel interested or enthusiastic about something. So, now you know the new vocabulary, you have the text, you have the sentences, and you start reading the text and try to complete the gaps by focusing on certain words and phrases. In order to be certain, it's very important to focus on what's in front of the missing part and after it, so that the sentence makes sense, so the completion of this paragraph makes sense about the text. Now let's deal with one paragraph and focus to the gaps. So NYHS is a small public high school located on Governor's Island in New York City, just a short ferry crossing from the lower tip of Manhattan. From the outside, it might look like a traditional school, but its curriculum and philosophy are anything but ordinary. So here we have the gap. Until recently, the school occupied an old inner city where students had to take a field trip just to get a glimpse of the water. So, here we must see the sentence before the gap and the sentence after the gap. So, here it is presented a general view of the school. So now, let's focus to the sentences from A to G. And the sentence that fits in this gap is sentence E. So in fact, it is New York's first and only school dedicated to the study of water and the city's maritime culture. And of course, if we read the whole thing, it makes sense. So, from the outside, it might look like a traditional school, but its curriculum and philosophy are anything but ordinary. In fact, it is New York's first and only school dedicated to the study of water and the city's maritime culture. Until recently, the school occupied an old inner city site where students had to take a field trip just to get a glimpse of the water. So, as you can see, this is the correct completion for the first gap. Same thing, you will deal with the other gaps to fill the whole text. After you complete the whole text and after you have studied the new vocabulary, please focus to the summary and retell it next time. And of course, you will deal with exercises of page 119. Well, for homework, you have two options. Option 1, imagine you are a student in New York Harbor School. Write an email to your English-speaking friend describing it. Option 2, compare your school to New York Harbor School. Write about location, curriculum, students, teachers, and activities. Thank you very much for your attention. Please take care for your health.